Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. A little quick update for you on Wednesday. I haven't uploaded yesterday's video yet, but that will be coming. Little differential update. I was able to find some numbers on these differentials, some date codes, and am undecided what I want to do. Looking for some advice. As you know, Tessie is going to be a stock 350 with a turbo 400, and I have two differentials here. I have, the differential that came with the car, which I found out is a 1973 273 open. Appears to be in good shape. The backing plates maybe need some work. I'd have to torch the mounts off anyways, so I'm not worried about that. But overall, the gears look good, the bearings seem good, the fluid was not completely disgusting. One stud to replace, no slop in the axles. I think this would be a good keeper if I want a 273 open. Okay, now the one that I grabbed from my buddy's junkyard, this is a 1979 241 open. I've never even heard of such a thing in an 8.5 10 bolt. This one is basically parts. The center shaft where the pin, the screw holds that in, gone, busted. One of the C-clips is actually missing. I have no idea where it is unless it fell way up in front by the yoke. I don't know. But this one, maybe I'll use the backing plates off of this one. I don't know. We'll see. I had some dragging issues, and I don't know if it's the drum or if it's actually the backing plates that are bent. Not sure. But it seems to be that the backing plates on this unit, the light here, backing plates on this unit seem to be for a first gen Camaro because of this extra strip here and this extra large nut which holds some stuff on the other side. So I'm a little confused. There is a difference in the design of this carrier, center carrier. If you look right here, big heavy triangle right here, it goes all the way out to there. That one does not have that. So this is obviously an older differential. Is it a first generation Camaro differential with 1973 guts? Or is it an oddball? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. But just looking for some, what you guys have seen out there and what you're coming across. But I think if I cannot come up with something different, this will be the one I'm going to use. Now, 273 open, which means she's going to be a one-wheel peel, which is fine. I don't mind that. I guess. It's not going to be a powerhouse. So, if I do a one-wheel burnout, big deal. I don't care. This is not a high horsepower engine. I'm going to run the numbers on this tonight. I'm guessing it's going to be like a 165 horse, maybe. It's an 80 to 85 350. Could be 2-bolt or 4-bolt main. Excuse me. So my question is, do I want to keep this 273? Will that be enough grunt to be able to do a burnout? I don't really care about highway speed, but from my understanding, it sounds like a 273 is a very good highway gear for fuel economy and RPMs. Now, since I'm running a 3-speed automatic instead of a 700 R4, that might be a good combo for me, since I do plan on putting a lot of miles on this car. So, it doesn't need to be a beast on the street. It just needs, I want it to actually have good manners. So Do I want to smoke a tire once in a while? Yes. Would I rather smoke 2 tires? Yes. It's a limited slip. Well, I shouldn't say that. Another question for you gearheads out there. Is a limited slip the same as an open? Or is a limited slip considered a posi? I don't know the difference. I'm not a mechanic. So, okay, let me repeat that. Is a posi the same as a limited slip? Or is a limited slip the same as an open? Because the website that I found the information on for the date codes and all this stuff on here, it lists it as either a posi or an open. These are both listed as opens. But I can't show you both sides at the same time. But when I spin this on the axle shafts, they spin the opposite way. I'm all full of grease. When I spin it from the yoke, they both want to spin. Both axles spin the same way. So what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know enough about it to know. Looking for help for you guys out there in the garage and otherwise. And this place smells like gear lube in here. It's about ready to make me puke. Hate the smell of gear lube. So I'll be buttoning up these two. I'll put a little bit of the, I don't know if I'm going to put lube back in them. They're probably going to stay inside anyways now, so and stay dry, so I probably won't put lube in them. I'll probably wash them out good. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, next question. Should I clean these out for storage, or should I leave them in the condition they are? Should I put oil back in them? I don't know. You guys tell me. Again, I'm not a mechanic. I'm a body guy. I'm a shade tree mechanic, full tilt boogie body man. Another thing I ran into on this engine, I was looking at last night. I want to declutter this as much as possible. And I talked about doing the steel stamped valve covers with the Chevrolet script. Okay, 2 problems with that. No PVC, no oil fill. Okay, so to remedy that, 1963 intake with the oil fill. Either delete the PVC altogether, get a PVC oil filler from like a Monza or a Vega with a V8 that would have the PVC, this thing, on the oil fill, or put the PVC valve on the back side of a valve cover where you wouldn't see it as readily on one side or the other. All sounds good, right? Okay, well, next problem. Dipstick. Dipstick, I can't change. It's on the right side. To be correct, I'd have to have the dipstick on the left side. I'm going to ignore that, just because most people probably won't know that. But herein lies the problem. I'm not running power steering, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm going to do the poor man's power steering when I get that far. But my 1963 intake does not have a anchor point for the alternator bracket on this engine. So, and I've got way too many pulleys going on here since I'm not doing power steering. I think this is a short, what they call a short water pump. I'm guessing. Okay, so now my next question is, do I locate a set of 1964 and older alternator brackets and pulleys, or do I spend some jack and do a remount, and I can actually mount the alternator right here where the power steering pump would be. It would be out of sight, out of the way, and probably would not get looked at as far as being incorrect because it should have a generator. Well, I'm not dicking around with the generator. I want this car to be reliable. Same with the HEI. I'm keeping the HEI for now. At some point, I might change it to a non-HEI distributor and put the Petronix conversion in it. But for right now, if it's at a car show and someone doesn't like it, I can put a baseball cap over that and nobody will ever know the difference. I am going to run the older style air cleaner. I'm going to use this riser to actually be an adapter. So actually make a perfect adapter for that older air cleaner. And I know I got the hood space for it, so it's not a big deal. Already tried it out. Looks pretty cool. So, that being said, okay, so now I got emissions stuff to deal with, right? Okay, I don't know what this thing is. It's something to do with the carburetor. Maybe is that something to do with the throttle position? I don't know. It's got electric choke. That's staying. If this is going to be a problem, can I mount this somewhere else inconspicuously and just run a longer hose to it? Probably, right? I don't know what this thing is. What is that? What does it say on there? Doesn't say shit on there. Doesn't say anything on there. I don't know what that is. Again, can that be mounted somewhere inconspicuously? Or will it not be necessary? I don't know. This obviously is something emissions related. I'm going to say that's going to just, this is just going to get deleted, plugged. Same with this, plugged. I got a vacuum off the distributor that I'm going to need. This is probably a return line for emissions. Sorry, I'm not aiming my camera here where I'm talking, sorry. This bracket is going to go bye-bye. So, I don't know. Maybe that I talked myself through it, maybe it isn't so bad. This thing is actually very, very greasy and oily for being a rebuild. But I do trust that it is a rebuild. I got it from this came from the guy who did the cab corner rocker job before. This was my trade. I don't know why it's so oily. If it's just valve cover gaskets, that's easy. If I'm going to have the intake off anyways, I'll change the gaskets. I'll probably do a pan gasket right away. There's no oil filter on here. What the hell? Man? Okay, no oil filter. Good to know. So yeah. Oil pan looks pretty good. But then I come into the like 1-piece or 2-piece rear main seal. I don't know. What the hell would I know? I'm not a mechanic. Maybe this is more than I should bite off, but I'm biting. I want to learn. I want to know. And I want to do it myself so it saves me some money. Looks like obviously plugs and wires. Maybe just plugs to start with. Wires are easy enough to do later. We'll see. First step is going to be to degrease and go from there, I guess. The transmission is really grimy. Mostly I'm thinking from all the oil that spewed out of the engine. I need to find a different slip yoke, because that's not a slip yoke. This came out of a van, so it had a 2-piece drive shaft. But this thing did run and drive the day it was taken out. So, there we go. So, look at my mess, guys. Messy, 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 messy. Okay. Alright, so, on that note, I'm going to shut her down. Go to the house, play with the kids, whatever. And, oh, by the way, I dropped off my frame, control arms, springs, everything else that was ready to be blasted. That whole pile that was sitting right here where I'm standing, plus the frame, it's gone. It's at the blaster. He's going to call me in a couple days when it's done, and I will pick it up. So by then, I need to have this shit out of my way. Well, they decide what I'm going to do with it or not. It needs to be out of my way, because then it's going to be go time for some paint, some patching, some bushings, not in that order. So there's going to be lots of videos to come. Hopefully they're not spaced out too far. It will depend on my honeydew list. My son's birthday is coming up, so I need to get the house and the garage and the yard and everything all ready for that for in about a week or two. So I'll keep you posted as we go. I really would appreciate some help on this. So I'm putting this out to the YouTube Garage Gang to help me out with this differential issue and with possible, just basically any help you can give me, because I'm kind of flying blind. I have good friends that are really great mechanics, but they're not local per se. So for them to just come over and look at something is a waste of time for them. So, and instead of me calling them all the time or texting them all the time, I'm going to do as much as I can on my own with your guys' help. And if I come into some really hard stuff, then I will get them involved. But as far as like mechanical stuff, I've done valve cover gaskets, I've done headers, I've done water pumps, alternators, that kind of stuff, all the bolt-on stuff. I've never done an intake gasket. I've never done a distributor replacement, cap rotors. I mean, tune-up stuff I've done, guys. I mean, that's like a rite of passage to do that kind of stuff. Differentials are completely foreign to me. I've changed lube in them a few times, and that's it. That's about it. So I'm learning a lot. Internet is an awesome source for everything. So let me know what you think, what your thoughts are, what your ideas are. What would you do? How would you build it? This is going to be a daily driver / cruiser, not looking to be abused, not looking to be fast. It's not going to be raced. It's going to be dependable. That's my goal. So dependable, like you guys. So thanks for your help in advance, and look forward to your comments. Thanks.